I left off at additional assessments. Since it stopped in the middle, I'm going to start over. Sorry. Additional assessments. I did POWs. This phonological awareness and literacy screening measured my skills that are predictive of my future reading success and measured name writing ability, uppercase and lowercase alphabet recognition, letter sound and beginning sound production, print and word awareness, rhyme awareness, and nursery rhyme awareness. The assessment indicated my strengths and those areas that required more direct attention. I met the developmental benchmark in a few areas. For example, I performed well in name writing, uppercase and lowercase recognition, and letter sounds. This is exciting because it revealed I could eventually have potential to start decoding and blending phonemes. I scored in the developmental range for beginning sound awareness, print and word awareness, as well as rhyme awareness. These skills are the stepping stones to becoming a better reader. I was below developmental level in regards to nursery rhyme awareness. This was noteworthy as my rhyming awareness was good, but not in the context of nursery rhymes. I was not familiar with the nursery rhymes, so I was unable to complete the sentences. This could also be a direct correlation to the fact that my home life was not filled with books. If my family didn't recite any nursery rhymes or read books to me, then I would not have the background knowledge on any of them. The 6 components of literacy. Number 1 is word recognition. Number 2, comprehension. Number 3, writing. Number 4, fluency. Number 5, vocabulary. And number 6, enjoyment and appreciation. Word recognition. Here are some of my strengths. I can identify uppercase and lowercase letters as well as letter sounds. I have beginning sound awareness, print and word awareness, as well as rhyme awareness. Here are some of my weaknesses. I don't blend, I can't decode, I don't look for any picture clues while reading. I would benefit from short vowel work and filling the words with shaving cream. So here are some recommendations. Nursery rhymes. Read a rhyming book and reread it, but leave words out so I can provide it. Ball throwing. Throw a ball in the air for every sound I hear in a word. So isolating the phonemes. Acting out beginning sounds. My teacher provides a letter and I act out on an activity that goes along with the letter. Bead threading. I string a bead for every sound I hear. Counting sounds. I clap or tap to break out the syllables in a word, or popcorn words. Phonograms grouped into word families. Comprehension. Here are some of my strengths. If read to and focused, I have the ability to retell information in sequence. I don't always show this skill. Weaknesses. Don't comprehend as I am focused on the decoding. I struggle with oral comprehension as I become distracted easily. Here are some recommendations. The think aloud strategy. My teacher could verbalize aloud while reading a selection orally. Cafe. This allows even the youngest reader like me to self-monitor my progress and chart my goals within the larger context of classroom community. Story wands. These are safe, wipe clean, vinyl wands feature simple questions that explore the plot, the character, the setting, and more. I would just pass them out at story time to get me thinking about the story elements and building comprehension skills as I go. Comprehension dice. These are foam dice that encourage thought and comprehension. They can be used for pre-reading questions, during reading questions, or after reading questions. Writing. Here are some of my strengths. If I know a sight word, I can use it in everything. I use resources around the room, especially resources in my writing center in the classroom. Here are some of my weaknesses. I can't put a complete thought to form a sentence. I'm very repetitive in my writing. I don't attach meaning to my writing or any of my words, and I haven't connected words visually. So here are some of my recommendations. Audio record. I record myself speaking what I would like to write. After it is recorded, I listen to it and write down what I said. Graphic organizers. They can map out brainstorming ideas prior to writing. Or journal writing. I express thoughts using pictures, lists, or sentences to convey my messages. Sorry. Fluency. Strengths. I read fluently and the words if they are in my sight word knowledge. My weaknesses are memorized books, which puts me at the early end of the emergent literacy spectrum. I exhibit very little of the following: rate, phrasing, intonation, pausing, integration, stress. Here are some of my recommendations. Repeated readings. Reading a book over and over again. Popsicle stick character reading. Pick a stick and depending on what the stick says, I read in that character voice. Noodle phone. Pretend to read using a phone and talking into it. Or audio recording. Audio record me reading to show improvement over time. Vocabulary. Here are some of my strengths. I can determine synonyms for words if I can identify the word. But my weaknesses are that I'm familiar with the terms because I don't read often. I'm not read to. I don't talk to a lot of people, so that doesn't help me bring my vocabulary knowledge up. My recommendations would be word maps. For each of these new vocabulary words, I create a graphic organizer for the word, and at the top or center of the organizer is the vocabulary word. Branching off of the vocabulary word are three categories: classification, qualities, and examples. Using prior knowledge, I fill in each of these three categories. Keyword method occurs before I read in a particular text. Unfamiliar words are introduced prior to reading by learning a word clue to help me understand the word. This word clue or keyword might be a part of the definition, an illustrative example, or an image that I connect to the word to make it easier to remember the meaning when reading in context. Repeated exposure to words, providing multiple opportunities to use a new word in its written and spoken form, helps me solidify my understanding of it. Charades, I acted a vocabulary word. Or headbands, I wear a headband with a vocabulary word, and my peers provide descriptive phrases and synonyms to help me guess the vocabulary word. Enjoyment and appreciation, some of my strengths. Well, I seldom enjoy being read to. And my weaknesses are, I don't enjoy reading, I don't read for pleasure, I don't pick a book up during free time at school, I don't like when stories are read during class because my oral comprehension isn't so good. Sometimes I like to do the listening center because I can have the book right in front of me and listen to it, but when I have to do a paper on it, I don't remember what I just read. So here are some recommendations. Maybe find some material that suits my interest. Role modeling or partnering. Encourage a partnership where reluctant readers are able to look up to a model and to reinforce the importance of reading and see reading strategies at work. Or listening to books on tape. Hearing the books while tracking the print will make reading exciting. So here's a wrap up. Every assessment within this course has proven that I'm developmentally below grade level. I'm frustrated in first grade and need to be on an instructional kindergarten level. I'm socially, emotionally, and intellectually below my peers. My developmental growth and academic achievement have been affected. Bridging the gap between home and school is very important, but it is difficult when my parents do not want to listen or acknowledge school-related concerns. My sight word vocabulary needs to increase, so I need to read more at home, either independently or with my family. That's it. It was nice meeting everybody.